Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Hope everyone is dry today after all the rain that we've had. Hope that you are making it fine and not any damage. My goodness, a lot of people.
I know,
having a lot of flooding, so
everywhere.
Hopefully, yeah.
Especially in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Oof, yeah. My sister lives up in Kentucky. They had over 10 inches of rain.
Gosh.
That's a lot.
I'm sick of seeing it. I'm ready for it to move on.
I'd love to see the sun. I don't think we're going to see it till tomorrow, though. So. A sad weekend for Auburn. Not to minimize the flooding, but it was a long season. Auburn falls to Florida 79-73 in the Final Four there. After an 8-point lead at the half, Auburn unable to maintain that, and Florida gets the best of them. It'll be Florida and Houston tonight, of course. We'll talk about that, break that down a little bit. Auburn did have a good series at home. They could have swept Alabama. End up giving a
chance.
2-run homer, in the top of the ninth in one of those games. But Auburn does take 2 of 3 at home from the Tide. That's a great weekend for Auburn baseball.
3 out of 4 now.
They will
series.
Yeah, they will play LSU this weekend. They'll play Georgia Tech in the midweek over actually in Atlanta. The softball team finally gets a series win. They get a win at all in conference play. They're now 2-13, but 2 of 3 in Kentucky. That's a big deal for them. It was very hard fought. Again, they could have swept the Wildcats, but they get it done, and congratulations to them for sure. But certainly the focus on this Auburn basketball team, this magical season kind of coming to an end here. Just your thoughts on, your thoughts on the game. I thought we had to have 2 guards shoot the ball well, and we didn't.
We didn't really have any shoot the ball well. Denver.
I mean, if you want to consider CBM,
I don't really consider him a guard.
He pretty much cared.
Well, he did. I don't consider him a guard. I consider our 3 Tahad, Miles, and Denver. And I don't know what happened to Miles the last 3 games. He ain't played well against Michigan State, nor against Florida. Tahad had kind of been an X factor in the tournament, and he went away. And I think we talked about that a lot. Jason talked about it with us. I know you said it, and I think we all said it at some point in time that he had to be the guy if we were to get over the hump. And, I hate it. I mean, he's a freshman and just didn't get it done. And, you could see that he was upset after the game that, the shots were just off. And had a buddy text me that was at the game, said in warm-ups, Miles was unconscious. He couldn't miss anything. He was just stroking everything and get in there. Boy, he shot one I thought broke the backboard one time. I mean, it's just like he was pressing. And, he did end up hitting – what he ended up hitting? A couple threes there in the first half, Miles did. But
maybe so.
I think he actually had 2 in the first half. But, again, we just didn't shoot the ball well from outside. And, that's part of it. Made 7 made threes. We normally – say if we're around that 10 made 3 mark, that's going to get us over the hump. And if we'd have made 3 more threes, that would have got us over the hump. Would have been the difference in the game. So fell short of that mark. Had only 7, but it boiled down to one guy won the game for Florida, and it was Walter Clayton Jr. I mean, let's just be honest about it. I text y'all in the thread, I said he's going to have 30. He ended up having, 34? I wished he would only had 30 because it would have been, a one-possession game. But I don't know. I mean, that's what you did with the best player in the tournament right now, and Walter Clayton Jr. And Houston will have their hands full with him tonight. But man, that's a whole nother story. That Houston Duke game, good Lord! Now I loved it. I thought it was funny. I think. Only outside Alabama it can happen to a bunch of nicer guys. But, they blew it, tremendously blew that game.
Yeah.
That one was in their grasp. And to be honest with you, I'd faded away a little bit on the couch and thought, well, Houston down 14, 15 points. They just looked like they were completely out of it. And I woke up literally with Kelvin Sampson and the Houston team being interviewed in the middle of the floor. And I'm like, they don't interview the losing team. What happened? And I'm like, did they lose that game? Did Duke lose? Yeah. And they did, man. I literally woke up right there at the end of that game.
7 points in 15 seconds. That doesn't happen very often. I mean,
no.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, it was a complete, and it was far more. Well, let me go back. I'll talk about all for. It was. I'll just say it was far more about Duke than it was Houston. With the collapse. I mean, let's just say that. You want to talk about some, I mean, everybody, there's some people that say, well, Bruce Pearl got out-coached this, that, way. Look, there are a lot of different things that could happen in that Auburn game. Yeah, John Shire got out-coached. That
he fell apart, dude. I mean, one made basket inside of 11 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was like 25 to 8. Closing out.
Cooper Flagg go in a tank like that.
And Cooper Flagg had an open look.
He did it 3 times this year, Andy. He turned the ball over twice against Kentucky and Kansas at the end of those games and lost. I hate to pin that on this kid because he's the reason they're there. Let's be honest, but. The ball's going to be in your best player's hands when it's in crunch time, and he lost those games, if you want to say it, because it was in his hands at that time, and then he did have that shot.
Well, it's much like Pettiford. I mean, Pettiford is a guy that's come off the bench for Auburn all year long, and he is a guy that has lifted them, given them a great boost, and he's been able to hit threes. He's been kind of fearless. He's been able to take it to the basket here as the season has gone along. And that just did not seem to materialize, on Saturday. For whatever reason, was the moment too big? I don't know. I mean, it almost seemed like, it was a combination of Janai Broome seemed to run out of gas.
Right.
And clearly he's not 100% healthy.
No.
I mean, the guy's been beaten up quite a bit.
He's been
quite a bit.
He's a mash unit. He's a walking mash unit.
And now he just, I'm not, why. Why did it work in the first half? And he maybe it just, for whatever reason, Miles Kelly wasn't hitting his shot. So it was a combination of things. But ultimately, it just came down to the fact that Florida made more shots than Auburn. I mean, that's really the bottom line. You could say, well, this and that and what. Just the fact that Walter Clayton, the guy, made contested shots, threes.
No
fading away, guys in his face. He
that one with Chad Baker in his face over there on the right side. He just cocked it to the side and just kind of looked like some kind of
sometimes
shot.
The guy's just better than you.
Well, sometimes he's just lucky too. Because that was a lucky shot. But again, when you're feeling it like that, it just happens.
Yeah.
And he kind of was unconscious and crap, man. If you just hold a guy to 22 points, 23 points, which is still a great game, you win easily.
And I know,
it's like
people, and I keep seeing people talk about, I can't believe they let. You can't let.
It ain't no letting. He made
Cardwell,
a lot of.
switch on him up there. We've been doing it all year. This is what Auburn's defense is. And Dylan Cardwell is one of the best defenders. We trust him. Drew Sproul trusts him. He's been doing that all year and covering guards.
Right.
Yeah, I realize, and Clayton went right by him. That happens. That's when you got to have help. That rotation. So we're not just going to up and change the scheme, the entire scheme of the defense for one game. You're going to play who you are. This is how Auburn got there. So I was, but I'll be honest with you, Brett. This isn't anything like 2013 Florida State Auburn or Auburn Virginia to me. This was we got you play in college basketball to get to the Final Four.
That's right.
And we got there. And we had an opportunity, and I wish, I'm like you, I wish we were playing tonight, but we're going to raise a banner.
We are going to raise a banner, and that one that's faded on the outside, they can replace it now. Or maybe they'll do a new one and put two of them outside Neville Arena. But look, this is by far, when the dust settles, there's only one team going to be holding that trophy up. 4 made it to San Antonio, and all 4 are number 1 seeds, and all 4 had hell of years.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Duke, you can say what you want to, had the best player in the country. He was awarded that. Yeah, can we argue that Janai Broome was, we felt like, yeah, because he played a tougher schedule? Yeah, we obviously felt that way. Hey, both of them didn't get it, but both were deserving. Sometimes the Heisman Trophy in football is a clear cut. There's one guy and then everybody else. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 guys that can get it, and somebody, 2 of them are going to get left out on a particular year. On any other given year, they'd probably win it running away. So it just happens to be that these 2 guys had separated themselves from the pack. So you had to pick one. And I thought Cooper Flagg dynamically, and then the Duke love that is always thrown around in college basketball, kind of gave him the favor there. But, man, all 4 of these teams are going to hang a Final Four banner, and only one's going to get to hang a national championship. Got to keep getting there.
Yeah.
Got to keep getting there. And I feel like, twice in 5 years, it's pretty dang good,
I'll
man.
take it.
Yeah, and let's, can we get back there in the next couple of 3 years? I think we can. Could be back next year. Who knows? Depending on how the way I think it's part about how to learn how to compete in this tournament too, Andy. It's like when you start learning how to get past that first weekend and then you get into that second weekend, the Final Four's within sight at that point. I know you're going to be playing 2 good teams, but if you've had a good season, your draw is probably going to be pretty good. And you should have the advantage going in. Sometimes you'll be the underdog, but that's what it really boils down to.
Certainly we took a step in learning how to win away from home this year. Hopefully that will carry over. Obviously you got different guys, but programs tend to learn things like that too. So this is a big stepping stone this year, I think, hopefully.
I definitely think so.
All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check out the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. Make the savings drive to Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Talking about Auburn.
Well, you got some news there?
I am. Talking about Auburn and this basketball program. Jahad Pettiford announces that he will enter the NBA draft, but he will maintain his eligibility, as you can do that these days. He says, if I return, it will be to Auburn. I can't leave this type of situation. I trust Bruce Pearl with all of my heart, so I will roll with him. Loyalty is important to me. So he will have his name until May 28th to withdraw his name from the NBA draft.
That's a long time.
But I mean, look, he needs to get evaluated and see.
Sure,
I'm sure
absolutely.
Bruce is encouraging him to do that.
Well, absolutely.
So he is rated right now. Let's see, ESPN currently has him as the number 39 overall prospect. So,
well, and I knew it was borderline right there. He'd worked his way up into a late first-round pick, and I think I read somebody, whoever the 30th pick was last year, got $2.5 million or whatever. So. But
Auburn,
what's his NIL deal?
Yeah, Auburn would have to. Yeah.
But again, though, you don't have to necessarily maybe match that, but be in whatever range they feel like they need to be in, and him come back and develop one more year to increase his draft stock. So it's not like you got to match dollar for dollar on a situation like that, because more than likely you get drafted in the first round. Whoever drafts him, I think I saw the New York Knicks draft him by way of, or pick him up by way of the Oklahoma City Thunder or something like that in one mock draft. But at the end of the day, he's more likely going to be in the G League. You would like for him to make that roster, but more than likely end up, and then is that something he wants to do, or would he rather stay in his situation and continue to learn where he's comfortable and increase his draft stock for next year, because it's only going to go up?
Well, I mean, that's what it comes down to. You'd rather play in the G League, or you'd rather play at Auburn for another year, because you're going to get the same kind of
stuff,
same kind of maturity.
Right.
You're going to,
and to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but maybe you don't get the coaching that in the G League that you get in college in the right programs.
Yeah.
It
can't be nearly as fun. I wouldn't.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's just not as fun.
He needs to call Jared Harper and ask him.
Well, he needs to ask Sharif Cooper how that's worked out for him.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think all of them can attest to that. And Jalen Green, now, of course, he's killing it at Houston. He went to the G League and, chose the G League over Auburn. We all remember all that going on. And but it's to each his own, and it's why you got people around you that help you make those decisions.
True.
So
that's a big piece for Auburn next year of that team, though, because obviously they're losing so much other, parts of it. There are a couple of guys with some eligibility remaining.
To go down the list, I mean, the first one is,
Pettiford and Howard are obviously.
Well, I'm talking about the guys that
are possibilities. CBM.
Well, CBM will be back, I think.
You think so?
I really do.
Okay.
And then I think Chaney, it's iffy. Because
I think it was like 50-50.
Yeah, and then I think Denver's gone. So
yeah. Okay. And that could be a.
I don't know about Ja'Kai Howard, man. I mean, like you and I both talked about that, and that's the X factor here. That's kind of the wild card in this whole deal.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that, but this team's going to look different regardless, one way or the other. Just like to always remind you, we are brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensagrain Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. We appreciate all of our sponsors out there and would love for you to engage with them one day this week if you can. They are all quality businesses, and they are all looking to serve you. Houston and Duke tonight. You say you got Houston.
Houston and Duke.
Houston and Florida tonight. Houston and Duke. The other
Houston took care of Duke.
Florida. You got any SEC bias here, or no? You would care one way or the other.
Don't get.
You got any revenge you want to? See Florida go down.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings if they lost. I mean, I don't care. All this SEC chanting crap. I mean. They don't care. At the end of the day, they don't give a crap about us. I
don't know.
I think Bruce will be pulling for Todd, obviously.
I'm sure.
Well, they'll all be pulling for him, and he would have done the same, because.
Probably so.
But no.
Houston been there so many times and gotten their heart broken.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The way they won that game, Florida better watch out, man. That's all I tell you. This team refuses to die,
and they'll lock you down. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what Jay Will on the after game show was so sick he could barely talk about it, but he was talking about if there's a team that can guard Walter Clayton Jr., it's Houston. But he didn't even really want to talk about it either. He said, I thought Charles Barkley was sick. He said, he ain't got nothing on me right now. He said, I'm sick. He said, I don't know how else to say I'm sick.
Up against the break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensagreen. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensagreen.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensagreen.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you, as always, by, again, Russell Dewitt Center, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensa Green Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Also, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in and around Auburn, at Auburn and Montgomery, 2 locations. They got a wide variety of steaks and ribs and things, but hey, got some Easter specials going on right now. Beef tenderloin, mashed potatoes, fresh green beans, salad, and rolls. 4 people, $125. 8 people, $245, pre-cooked or uncooked. I'm talking beef tenderloin for 4 people, $125. Brett, that's a steal.
That is a steal.
I mean, I
don't know how they
You're
do.
literally holding them up at gunpoint. I mean,
let's hope not. But anyway, I mean, you are getting, like, I'm amazed at, first of all, you're not going to find better quality.
No.
Like, the quality of what they serve is top notch. But the pricing, and they cook it for you most of the time. Dude, they're ribs, man. I'm sorry. It just, you can go anywhere you want to go, and I challenge you to. But Jeff's ribs back here in the back are about the best I've ever had. Seriously. Yeah. So
pork tenderloin as well, mashed potatoes, fresh green beans, salad and rolls. 4 people, $75. God, I mean, $75.
Go to a Mexican restaurant. Like, I'm being honest. Go take 4 people to a Mexican restaurant now and see what your bill is.
I paid $30 for 2 people at Zaxby's. What are you talking about?
I remember when you used to could go to a Mexican restaurant, and it didn't matter. I don't know if this happened with you. You could order 5 beers or 1 beer or just a glass of water, and whatever entree, it was going to be $40. It didn't matter. 2 people, you could drink. Somebody could drink 3 margaritas, 4 beers, and then whatever, $40. Or you could drink nothing. Just water, and then the entrees at $40. I'm like, I know what I got to spend when I go and get anything on the menu I want. It's going to be $40. It ain't the case no more.
No.
I mean, tea and all of it's gone up. Like, it's ridiculous. And as we talk and as the economy collapses right before our eyes, and we have to work till we absolutely are on death's bed because we have nothing saved up. I mean, that's just part of it.
I guess so.
Literally I'll stray a little bit, but Kim went to Walmart the other day, and I don't mind sharing this. Hell, it is what it is. And so, because most of you can attest to this, I look up and I said, did you go to Walmart today? She said, well, yeah. I said, $350? Where is it? Because I went in there, and she's like, tell me about it. And she started rattling off, like shampoo and stuff for us, and a few little things. And she said the woman behind the register was like, I don't know how you just spent $350 on this. I mean, I'm like, this has gotten to the point, bro, I don't know what in the world's going on. So it's blown away, man.
Yeah. It's a good.
Blown away. Everything's so dang expensive, man. So what we're trying to say is Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine.
If you're looking for something that's reasonable, I mean, and you want a nice meal for $75, 4 people at pork tenderloin, and I bet I can only think of one word: succulent.
Well, Jim said he had 3 full slabs of ribs for them. I don't know if he ate all 3 slabs. I could probably do it. They're so good, but he said they're thick, full of flavor, and I mean they are, man. Like we need to get back down there and do a show.
I agree.
I can smell it. I can smell it through.
I need to be in on this.
Yeah,
one.
You need to come on down, Andy. I mean,
I missed the last one.
Yeah, you did. But I mean, we'll get back to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Considering we've pretty much talked an entire segment about them.
Yeah, really.
Which is fine. We appreciate them that much. So,
all right. How about baseball this weekend over Alabama? That's always fun. And you come out of the gate, you score 4 runs.
I feel like we got ripped off a little bit, though, with the games at home this weekend with the Final Four being going on. Because, I mean, Faith went to one of the games. She said she went to the one that they lost. I said, well, you can't go back. I said, so, but she said it was hot, and, maybe the crowd wasn't as big for that one because the game was still playing really basically right up until time for tip-off, and they'd moved that up for the weather. And then they had a second game right after that. So I don't really know how the crowd was for that one. But
said one of the biggest crowds.
Well, in total for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I think it set a record.
I mean, it was massive.
Well, I know the Friday night one was huge.
Yeah.
When we run ruled them 10-0. Thought I'd throw that in there.
I mean, you scored 4 runs right out of the gate in the first inning of the series.
Getting off to good starts.
I mean, you run rule them and run them out of the stadium. It's, so in 7 innings, that Sam Dutton, the transfer from LSU,
Right.
he pitched great, 2-hitter. So again, Auburn they're really a very solid team. They hit the ball.
I mean, nobody pitched bad in the game in the second game.
That's what I'm saying. If you get some decent pitching, they've got some hitting this year. They've got some, that Chase Frelick, man, he's a freshman. That dude can rake. So you get him and Ike Irish
and
Bub Terrell, and I mean they've got some.
I was
really
at the base. We were over there at the
guys.
baseball field doing an interview with Cooper McMurray, and
didn't even mention Cooper McMurray.
But Bub walked by, and I was like, "Good." I'm like, "Man, he's a big dude." Man.
Yeah.
I mean, for a freshman right out of Thompson High School, he's a player, man, for sure.
Auburn got the 8A game coming up this weekend.
Yep, they do.
We'll talk about that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. More Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Auburn, it was kind of a low-key, I guess, Big Cat weekend.
It was
maybe
low-key.
the lowest, but a lot of
different.
I mean, a lot of guys. Yeah, it was different. You had to change it up because of the dates. But nonetheless, spring football going on right now. They did have a scrimmage over the weekend. The defense apparently won the day, which was the first time. Apparently, the offense has been humming a little bit and getting the best of the defense. So I think everybody was kind of excited the fact that the defense actually rose up and had a good day. I'm not sure what I'm not. It's weird when you scrimmage against yourself because when one side does well, you always think,
right,
well, the other side stinks. Well, no, that's not. It kind of goes back and forth. We can talk about that a little bit, but I think everybody, they keep talking about that Auburn is so far, ahead of where they have been in the past and the way that they're doing it this time and this go around. So that's good news. All of it sounds positive. I think they've, outside of the guys that are, I think Keldrick Falk and Connor Lew and some of those guys have kind of
too tall.
been held out.
Yeah, I was
and
there.
That's good. That's fine.
I was there last week, and going back on Thursday morning will be the last media viewing window. So we'll be at practice Thursday morning. But I think from what I saw, I could tell there was already a built-in chemistry maybe from these guys working together before spring practice. They're the voluntary stuff and getting together, and that's how all this plays out now. And but Deuce Knight and Jackson Arnold both, I thought, threw the ball really well. They both looked really good back there in the pocket, and of course, it's not all out full speed and somebody breathing down your neck. But I thought receivers looked really good, and I asked Coach Freeze about the offensive line. Everybody wanted to ask about the wide receivers, and it was like after the 10th wide receiver question, I said, well, I'm going to ask about the offensive line because all those guys are great, but they can't catch if the quarterback's on his back. So you heard what he said. He likes the situation we're in very much, and then especially when he gets everybody back to full strength. You're looking at 9 to 11 guys he feels real good about on the offensive line. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Another guy, Blake Woodby, is making some really big strides. This is a guy, again, there was people that said when he came out, out of high school, this may be the best cornerback in the country.
Right.
So, and it's looking to play, to pay some dividends right away. On the defensive line, Kieron Crawford, Amaris Williams, two guys that are now their second year in the program. Amaris Williams is a guy that got in the transfer portal, and Auburn, laid out a trail of dollars right back to Auburn, Alabama, and he came back. So that seems to be.
I think he's going to really have a major impact this year.
I would hope so.
It's a guy we didn't see very much of last year.
Not much at all.
And so, he's a guy that I think kind of is waiting in the wings over there to really – he'll be a guy that burst onto the scene this year, kind of like, Kieron Crawford last year, but, maybe like a McLean back in the day a few years ago when he really burst onto the scene. Just really, he's on the team, and then you're like, oh, dadgum, here he is. And I think this year could be one of those years for him.
Sam Houston State transfer Chris Murray. This is a guy that I think has got an opportunity to be like a Kieron Crawford was last year. It may take him a little bit, but I expect him to contribute. Jared Smith, what do we expect from a true freshman at that position?
I saw him. My analysis of Jared Smith is, first of all, he's a massive person. His speed in the high school game was why he was so good.
Right.
Now, when I saw him standing next to Keldrick Faulk, there's one distinct difference, and it's their lower half. Jared Smith is thin, and Keldrick Faulk looks like he's been in a weight program for 3 years in the SEC. Jared Smith's his potential is out the roof. And Coach Freeze talked about that, and guy that he's really high on. But it's like he reiterated with him and Jordan Crawford and several of these other guys on the defensive line, they're young. And, it's hard to win in this league when you're playing a bunch of freshmen on defensive line. They're going to work them in. They're going to get reps. But Auburn's probably going to have to go in the portal and get some more defensive linemen, Andy, to add depth.
Especially interior.
Right. So we got some great players. They're young. They're very talented. But, you're probably going to have to do like you did this past year and get a Rakes and a Bleedy and some of those guys to kind of fill in some holes. But like Jared Smith, man, he is thin in the lower half, but you can see, man, he's going to grow into his body in a year, in just 1 year in this weight program.
It's a lot to ask for a freshman on the defensive line in the SEC, especially
an edge rusher too.
J.J. Faulk, Keldrick's brother,
right?
Getting a look at linebacker.
He's
a
good.
Big guy.
Well, he is. Now, he's a guy that comes out of high school that already looks put together. Now, watched him last year in the basketball state championship when Highland Home got there, and I was sitting behind the goal for, a quarter or so of their game because I wasn't calling that one. And just being able to observe him physically, I'm like, good Lord, dude. I'm like, this guy is – and then he had a whole another year left to high school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't – he was still a junior in high school at that time. So, yeah, he's ahead of the curve.
And it sounds like all the wide receivers, the Horatio
Fields.
Horatio Sands.
Yeah, not him. I don't think we saw him
Horatio Fields. Are all – Perry Thompson's looking like he's a little bit better in shape. Bryce Cain's looking healthy. So
Malcolm and Cam.
Sam Turner.
Sam Turner is the guy that everybody's going to be talking about.
Isn't it funny? You go from a wide receiver room where you don't have any kind of stars to
everybody's loaded.
It seems like it's entirely loaded. It seems.
And he didn't even mention theirs.
Yeah.
He may be the best of all of them.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, we care about the air you breathe. Call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sense Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Ty says, did I read that Chaney Johnson could come back if he wants to? Yes. I think it's 50-50. He was spent some time in Division II, so there is a lawsuit, much like the one of the Diego Pavia. I'm not sure that's been settled yet. But
who knows
probably
what's out there in legal land right now?
Ty says, I saw that Samford might come after Stephen Pearl to replace Bucky McMillan.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised by that. I mean, Stephen Pearl's going. His name's been mentioned for 2 or 3 jobs, and it's just going to be a matter of what Bruce Pearl, Stephen, and the administration have in the future. Are they going to say, go be a coach and then come back, and have a shot at this job? Or is it already been determined that he's going to take his dad's position and, he's going to just sit here and be that? I don't, he's already doing a lot of those day-to-day activities anyway, and it's already – I don't know the answer to that. And so we'll see.
It depends on how much longer Bruce wants to coach.
Well, that's right. And if Stephen needs to go be a head coach somewhere for 4 or 5 years, then so be it. And then
I'm not sure that wouldn't be a bad thing.
So, it's not. I mean, a lot of times, you know, in the real world out here, whether you're in athletics as a coach or whether you're an administrator or, you know, in corporate world, everybody aspires to be the person at the top, right, until you get there. And then when you get there, you find out it's a lot different. So you may want to go cut your teeth somewhere else and just see.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it happen in high school sports all the time. You know, you gotta take that next step at some point in time. And a lot of times you don't just have an assistant coach becoming a head coach because they've been in a program for a long time.
No.
So.
Ty says, is Cade Ballou hurt? He hasn't been in the lineup lately. Yeah, he did get banged up. I know. I thought he got hurt maybe this past weekend or maybe on that midweek game. But I can't remember.
Was it the midweek game against UAB?
I can't remember.
I want to say.
It may have been. I think it was an arm injury, a little wrist or a shoulder. I can't remember. But, yeah, I think he is banged up a little bit. Auburn had several injuries, actually, this weekend. But
shocker there.
Able to make it.
When it comes to
able
baseball.
to make it through. But anyway. But, again, congratulations to the softball team. I know that is such a huge – I mean, you start out 0-12. I mean, come on, man. But to win – and the two games they won against Kentucky were both 2-1 games. So, I mean, it came down to –
figure it out, man.
They found a way and got it done. So, congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Coach Malvo and Coach Malvo.
That's right. The Malvo duo.
The Malvo duo. The gymnastics team, their season came to an end. Number 15, Auburn, they were in a regional final out there in Washington and got edged out by Missouri. Oklahoma won it, and then Missouri came in second. Auburn was third, so their season.
But that was close. I mean, you know, they take the top two from each region. I mean, so they were there.
They were. But you know,
good season though.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, but Jeff Graba has built a great program.
No question. All right, it is April the 7th. On this day, Jack Nicklaus won the first of his 6 Masters. That would be a record.
That would be.
Syracuse defeated Kansas 81-78. That was the Carmelo Anthony national title. Syracuse's only national title.
We were in the Sweet 16 that year.
Yes, we were. Got beat by Syracuse.
Got beat by them.
2008, Kansas beat Memphis 75-68. If Memphis could have made a free throw,
good God,
they would have won the national championship.
Could not make one.
My
you know what
goodness.
else popped up on my feed on YouTube the other day?
That was John Calipari, by the way.
It was, and I remember this like it was yesterday. And remember where I was watching this game when Orlando and Houston played in the finals of the NBA. It was in 1993, I think. Yeah. No, it wasn't 93. I think it was 95. It was 1995 because it was after we were on a senior trip in Panama City.
Okay.
And so there was a bunch of us watching, and it was like Nick Anderson missed 4 daggum free throws in a row. And they were up 3. All he had to do is hit 1. And, of course, they throw the ball down there and hit a 3. Kenny Smith hit a 3, sent it to overtime, and beat them. And it's like, bro.
And they ended up sweeping them, I believe.
Unbelievable. I mean, went from winning that one and going up 1-0 to just getting swept out of the building. So it's crazy.
Did you see Elijah Wan try to get on the floor to celebrate with Houston? They wouldn't let him.
They wouldn't let him get on the floor? How bad is that?
I mean, he was like.
Well, it was like, who was it for the national championship game? Ohio State wouldn't let daggum Will Howard up on stage. The security guard's like, no. He's like, no, you can't, too many people up there. So he had to sit down there on the ground. And it's like, dude, did they even have a clue who that was? So Will Howard just went, he didn't try to be a jerk. He never made it up there, I don't think.
Wow.
It's just like, he was like, hey, I need to get through. And guys like, no, you can't get through. He's like, what are you doing?
2014, UConn beat Kentucky 60-58. to 54 as well. So happy birthday today. How about Francis Ford Coppola, the Godfather? John Oates of Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates, man.
Tony Dorsett, Jackie Chan.
Didn't they sue each other?
Yes, they'd hate each other.
Well, everybody.
Russell
Simon and
Crowe.
Garfunkel hated each other.
Tiki and Rondi Barber. Caitlin Collins from CNN. She's from Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, she's from Prattville. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Caitlin Collins from Prattville. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Why did all the great singing duos hate each other?
That's a good question. Spend too much time together.
I guess so.
Let's go wrap it up for us. He's Brett. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.